Hello and welcome back to my channel. So I have decided today I am half on and half off the sofa. Let's see how that works, because I can actually put my knees down like this, so that helps me, and then I've got this space in front to put the runes and the cards so that you can see. So let's get started, shall we? Shall we see what the energy is about today? There was something that popped into my head though before I started this reading, and I always listen to what I hear, what I feel, what I see, things that are unusual that I see sometimes. And there was something about coincidences today. So watch out for that. I mean, do you believe in coincidences, or do you believe that everything is divinely guided, divine timing? Sometimes things can happen and you're sort of like, well, you know, it was fate that I met this person, or it was fate that I went to this place. A lot of things you can think back in your life and it's like, well, if I hadn't have taken that chance and done this, then this wouldn't have happened, and then that wouldn't have led into this. I don't know about you, I love feeding into those kind of threads and working them back and seeing what happens. But sometimes there's coincidences that we're like, why did I go through that? Why did that happen? And you can't seem to figure out what it is. So I feel if that resonates with you and you've been thinking about that yourself, then maybe you're in the right place now at the right time. It is no coincidence. So let's see. Rado. There is movement, there is change, there is something about to happen. So Rado is an energy of, imagine a horse. I've just got that song, A Horse with No Name. What is it? It's Neil Young, isn't it, I think? But anyway, with Rado, it is about direction. So it's a bit like one of the knights in tarot, and this is about you making a move on a direction that suits your natural rhythm, that suits your path. And I feel like for some of you, if you're here right now, maybe you have made a choice, sorry, just in my necklace, made a choice about a particular direction that you want to take. So perhaps today, maybe based around coincidences and things that have happened, or synchronicities around you, that is what you have decided. So that's the overall energy. I'm just going to have a look at what's underneath there. So what is in the subconscious at this point? Manas. So your subconscious is actually, I feel, moving more into a conscious thought, because Manas is a rune of being aware of how you appear out to the world. It means mankind, so it's like how we appear as a public person. So for instance, if you are a very public person, maybe if you're in the public eye, or you are a public speaker, or you are generally regarded quite highly by the people in your world, then you would find that this would probably be more in your conscious. Whereas if it's in your subconscious, maybe something is being made more aware to you. I don't know, I keep faffing with myself. Maybe that's something to do with it. You're becoming more aware of yourself and how you appear out to the world. But because it's in the subconscious, you're not aware that you're doing that. But you are doing some inner work, I feel. And maybe that is what has driven you into this change of direction right now. So we'll place that there in your subconscious. Manas can have an element to it though, where we can feel a little bit melancholy, maybe a little bit stuck. So perhaps if you've been feeling low recently or tired, that might be why Manas is in your subconscious. So I'm going to do that again because I didn't actually say what I was doing, did I? So we're going to look at your higher conscience now, okay? So this could be where you are getting your intuition, your guidance from, that you're just turning up at places and not knowing why. Okay, so I had Kanaz in my hand a minute ago, which is paying attention, which is the beacon of light. It's illumination. So it is definitely something being highlighted to you around this. And we have I was, which is initiation. So the period of time that you've been through, and I feel like it's actually been over the past couple of weeks that you've been through this kind of initiation period. Something has awoken within you and you are becoming more aware of yourself and the things around you. And is suggesting to you here that you know, your spirit guides want you to know, like, well done. You have come through an initiation. You have actually, it feels like maybe had an ego death. And when I say ego death, what I mean is part of your identity that's been holding you back. You've had a word with, you've sat down and had a word with it and been like, you know what, mate, this isn't happening for me anymore. This isn't right. And this is about you awakening part of your higher conscience into your conscious thought. And that's why now you feel empowered to drive something forward, to move forward. So I'm going to place that one just there. Now I'm going to pick one of the animal cards to give us a word and an animal and a plant that sort of resonates with this for you. So the person that's watching this right now, this movement that they're making, this decision that they've chosen, can you give us some more information on what this is about? Keep getting like power and confidence, and you seem to have really risen in a confidence, but they're telling me it's like you've gone from fake confidence to actual real confidence. Like you've actually done the work rather than winging it or pretending. Intuition, the bat, and I don't know what hellebore is, but it looks nice. So you are divinely guided. When we were talking about the coincidences, this is no coincidence. It is your intuition guiding you. And bats are very interesting because bats don't communicate like other animals do. They communicate through echolocation. So what that means, sorry, I've turned into David Attenborough now, haven't I? What that means is that they sort of make a sound that rebounds off things so that they know what they're close to or where they're going. So it's almost like you've changed your way of communicating with yourself. And in doing that, you've actually changed the way that you think and feel and what is driving you forward from now on. You've changed your outlook, I feel, on your life, and you are being more guided. It's almost like you feel like a new world has been opened up to you, like there's a new experience going on, like you've connected to the spiritual realm, whereas before you were very much in the 3D, very much in the physical world. And you've had more of an understanding because of these coincidences, because of these synchronicities. You've got more of an understanding now. There's more to this. There is more to it. Okay. I love that for you. I'm going to just read what it says in the book though, because it just gives you a little bit extra. Oh, and I almost went straight to it then as well. Yeah, I did. That's unusual. Normally takes me ages because it's all in Roman numerals and I'm not very good with Roman numerals. Past 10, I don't know what I'm doing. Bats are guardians of the night, representing dreams, visions, and the subconscious. They show us how to access our mystical side. Hellebore is an unusual flower, blooming in the winter with downturned sepals. It resembles a cup being poured out, a symbol of emotional candour. Together, the bat and the hellebore tell us to trust our intuition. Your instincts can be relied upon. Curl inward like the hellebore, and as the blind bat trusts its hearing, trust in your intuition to guide you. So you have had some intuitive downloads recently. You've had an awareness come through from your subconscious, guiding you on a particular path, on a particular road. And you need to accept that horse that's shown up for you, because trusting in your intuition is trusting in yourself. And I feel like maybe trust has been a major issue for you in your past, maybe with people in your life. I'm going to pick some of these. This is Messages of Love Oracle deck. So this is sometimes to do with, where somebody wants to reach out to somebody that they're missing and things like that. But I just want to see if there's any information on here about you, not somebody else, about you, specifically on this journey that might be just in that subconscious mind as to move forward. Because for some of you, this could be about love, this could be about a connection, but for others of you, it could be taking a journey on an individual. I do feel for some of you, this is about you moving forward as an individual, as a single, and finding a new path. which will lead to a new connection, I'm sure, at some point. Oh, okay, we've got soul tie. I always feel connected to you. So for some of you, you're taking a journey that is, I mean, look, it's just a road. That is literally just a road on there, okay? Now, I do feel for some of you, this particular journey that you're going on is because of a relationship that you've been in. It's awoken something within you. It's made you realise a few things perhaps about yourself and what you want and what you need. And the path is changing for you, or it's just become very clear as to what's happening. And for some of you, this might be a separation with somebody, but it feels very different to any other connections that you've had, because you feel whatever distance there is, even if you're not communicating, you don't feel like they're ever gone, okay? Now, for some of you, this isn't just about a lover. This could be about a family member. This could be about somebody in your life that you are missing right now, or that you've had to be apart from, or maybe, you know, you physically can't be with this person anymore. But there is always that soul tie. There is always something that makes you feel connected to that person, okay? And I feel for some of you, you're actually asking yourself, like, what would they do in this situation? What would they be thinking and feeling and stuff like that? So even if you can't reach out to this person, maybe you're thinking like that, and that's bringing you some kind of comfort. So let's see what other messages we have on here as well. So what messages do we have for this direction change, this initiation stage, for this person that's watching? Let's see. Oh, I love it when the cards don't fly out, you know. Sometimes they do a really fandangled, spangly flow around in the air before they drop, and then other times they just don't come out. I'm just going to look, because we've got mend on the bottom, and that says, I want to fix our connection. Now, I'm looking at the top word more because I feel like this is about you mending your own heart. This is about you having time right now, not just mending your heart, but it's almost like having a look inside the heart, because I feel for some of you, you perhaps haven't dropped it into that space, haven't really explored how your heart is feeling or what you're thinking or feeling on here. There's something about this is a Japanese, I think it's Japanese anyway, where if they break some china, like a china cup or something, when they put it back together, they put gold on the cracks. And it's because it's like, even though something's broken doesn't mean that it's ruined. It doesn't mean that it's ugly now, okay? And I feel like for some of you, especially with manas there in your subconscious, you've been feeling ugly in yourself. You've been feeling like there's something about you that's ugly. And part of your journey here is about fixing that. It's about understanding, yeah, I've got wounds. Yes, I've been through some stuff. Yes, I've had my heart ripped open several times. But you know what? I'm going to put gold around those cracks, because I'm proud of those cracks, because they've made me who I am today. And that is the journey that you're on. It does say I want to fix our connection. So for some of you, the person that you feel helped you to recognise this, maybe there's a feeling of wanting to mend things with that person. Only for some of you, not for all of you. Okay, I'm just going to see if there's anything more on there. So you still can't see what I'm doing, can you? Because I've put it all up there. Okay. I'll get it sorted one day, guys. I will. And then that'll be the day when everything shuts down and we don't have internet anymore or anything. Confusion. I feel unclear about where we stand. Okay, so for some of you, this might be something that you haven't been able to rectify or put right, and you're very in your head about it. And maybe that has been the influence or the catalyst that has put you on this journey in finding out more about yourself and, like, how do I affect other people? What is it that I'm bringing to the table? What is it that I actually feel I am and bring? Oh, okay. We've got guilty, holding back, and conversation as well. So I want to call you and hear your voice. So this might be part of your journey forward. Part of the direction that you're taking is that you want to have a conversation with somebody, you want to talk to somebody about something. Again, I feel like I've got a few different collectives coming in here, so just take what resonates. There might be parts of this that you're like, that doesn't resonate with me, but if there's parts of it that do, then you're part of that collective, if that makes sense. It's probably better if you book a personal session to gain more information that's specific to you. But for this particular one, there's something about peace lilies as well. I feel like peace lilies are an important thing to you. Perhaps somebody gave you a peace lily, or you wanted to give somebody a peace lily, or yeah, there's something about peace lilies. Holding back, I should have expressed myself better. So there's definitely a longing here of things that haven't been resolved. And maybe this is your movement forward. It's almost like you had to take some time to yourself to explore what your needs were and explore watching yourself. So, you know, sometimes we have to hold back. Sometimes we have to take time out and move away. And I feel like this whole journey for you, especially with, like we say, with Manas, it's actually awoken you to understanding how to express yourself better. I do feel for some of you that you are starting to recognise, you know, where you maybe go into certain connections always with the same thoughts and feelings that maybe someone's going to manipulate you or hurt you or not understand you. And it's almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy, I feel, that you've been riding along with till this point now. And like I say, it's been over the past couple of weeks that you've really had a realisation about how much maybe how you feel about yourself is affecting how you move forward with the people in your life. And I've got guilty here. I feel pain from the damage I have caused. So there's a lot of like pushing yourself down a little bit, you know. I'm getting a feeling of that there has been forgiveness in this. I'm getting, for some of you in this particular situation, this is more about, this isn't about somebody else holding a guilt over you. This is about you holding a guilt over yourself. And the more you hold that guilt over yourself, the more you're going to hold yourself back from making this forward movement on the path. The horse is there ready for you, but you cannot carry your bags of guilt. You cannot carry your bags of confusion. You cannot carry your bags of anything that is going to hold you back. It's like 10 of Wands. It's something like a burden. You can't carry it with you anymore. You need to let that go. Yeah? I've got Save Your Wyrd now in my head. If you've ever heard that one, there's a song called Come Let Go, and it's a beautiful song. So basically, you know, what this is asking you to do, it's telling you that there is a journey ready for you, and you've already, I feel, made a decision on this journey, this particular journey. You've been through an initiation. Your intuition is really spot on right now. So what you're feeling deeply as the move forward, or you keep being called back to this particular route or way forward, that's the way forward. And you've done a lot of work on yourself. Your subconscious is so aware right now, which is unusual because, you know, we aren't aware of our subconscious thoughts. That's why it's subconscious. You know, when we do things that sabotage, this is about us kind of going back and thinking to ourselves, okay, so where's the lesson in this? What did that teach me? And that helps you to drop into what could be holding you back in the subconscious, okay? Yeah, well, let's get some tarot and see. So what is the future for you here? What is going to be your future on this? Ooh. Okay, we've got the 8 of Wands. I do feel you've got some good news coming in. This is, whatever the direction is that you are thinking about when you open this video, this is about good news coming in. It's very communicative and it's very fast acting as well. So it's like, if you were looking for a resolution here, this card is basically saying there's going to be a resolution. there is closure, there's resolution, or whatever it is that you are looking for on there, it's coming. We've got the Lovers on the bottom as well, and that can be about choice. So this might be a time for you. It also connects with soulmates as well. So I do feel, especially with the messages we've had from there, I know I picked it from a love oracle, so it's going to be aligned with that. But I do feel this sense of heartache, of heartbreak, of feeling like something's been lost. But actually, in the time apart, honour it, because it's actually enabled you to really see yourself and really grow and be the person that you are destined to be. But there's something about soulmates and choice on this, making a choice that's aligned with your higher self, with your intuition, what you feel guided towards. I'm going to take that one. I've got the Chariot in reverse there as well, so that's kind of like where, you know, you're not taking charge currently, but you are being called to. Oh, we've got Four of Wands as well. Okay, so the Lovers on the Four of Wands kind of suggests that there's a reconciliation going to happen here. This is celebration. This is, you know, people coming together. I do feel somebody that's been on a journey, going on a journey currently and about to make a decision. And what you don't know is, because you're being guided, and like we say, there's no coincidences, I feel like just keep moving in the way that you're moving, keep doing all the things that you're doing. You don't need to change anything. You are destined to meet with your soulmate, with this person. It could be the person that you've had this connection with, that you need to mend things with. But I do feel that through divine timing, you are going to meet this person. And it feels like it could be at something like a celebration. I don't want to say festival, because we're not in festival season yet, but it could be. There is no, I'm not going to give you any timelines on that. But I am feeling that if it hasn't happened by April, maybe this message isn't for you. But I do feel it's sort of like in the next couple of months, this is a time for you meeting somebody that, but you'll know, because you've come so far on your journey, you are so confident in yourself, so content in yourself, that this just happens. Okay, yeah, you've really done a lot of work on yourself. You've got Six of Swords on the bottom of there as well, so there's a lot of healing that's happened here. You've taken a real battering, I feel from this. But you are now coming into calmer waters. You've steered your boat into a space of calmer water, into a space where you can relax a little bit more now. It's not so intense. Maybe you, yeah, I won't say that. Let's have a look. Keep hearing something about peace, goals, and affirm, something like that, like if that's been your mantra or something. We had the Two of Pentacles, so there's been some juggling going on, there's been some having to balance things out, and I feel like you are trying to find a way forward of balance. This is like between having fun and responsibility. It's trying to keep that balance on there. So I do feel for many of you, there's a journey that you are heading towards where you know you've still got to keep your responsibilities, but at the same time you do see an element of fun, and it's almost like you want to rush out the door for the fun, but you remember you have got those responsibilities. So you might be juggling a few things at this time, which could be slowing things down for you. But again, just trust in divine timing, trust in those synchronicities, being guided by your intuition. You know, when your intuition says it's go time, then it's go time. When your intuition says you're not feeling great, let's have a rest, let's stay in today, okay? It's all geared up around you being more aware, and that is, like we say, coming from your subconscious. You are quite aligned right now, and the more you trust that and go with the flow of it, you're going to align yourself with everything that is meant for you. I hate saying that, because it's like what's meant for you will find you, and all that. you're putting out there what you want, whether you're conscious of it or not. You have put an awareness out there of yourself and what you want to align with, and you basically want to align with something that mirrors, that matches you. So how things work in that sense is that, you know, you can't just sit at home and something will fall on your lap. You know, you can't be sat at home on your sofa and your soulmate's going to walk through the door and ask you if you want a cuppa. There's actions that you have to take, but what it means is that sometimes the actions aren't always about the outcome. The actions are about the journey. And that's what Wyrd represents, is that, you know, the journey is the destination. All of the aspects of the journey are what it's about. So if you've got your eye on a prize, if you've got like, I want to achieve this, I'm going for that, you're blinkering yourself from everything you need to gain to get to that, because you're so focused on the outcome. Focus on the journey, focus on the healing, focus on what you need at this time. Yeah, there's 8 of Cups. You had to walk away from something, I feel, on this. You had to walk away for this healing journey, for these realizations. And I feel like for many of you, that was a very difficult decision to make, but it's part of your self-worth that you made that decision. I can see somebody skimming, you know, when you skim stones across a river, I love doing that. I can see somebody sat there skimming stones. So it's almost like you've been really pondering, really thinking about your next step. And it's almost like, you know, if you keep throwing those stones, like a couple of them, they're all right, and then you get 3 jumps out of one, maybe only 1 jump out of another. But there's a point where you're sort of like, you know, yeah, I feel like right now you're like, it's time. It is time to stop procrastinating and to actually move forward with action. And there is still a fire burning there. This cup is still a light. And I feel like it never went out. So that's what that was saying about that connection. What was it? Soul tie. I always feel connected to you. So it's kind of like that never died out, and you knew that. You knew it would never die out. But you had to go and have this experience. You had to go, and you were inspired by something, or something drew your energy away, your attention away. But it was all for a higher purpose, all for a greater good, all for a good reason. And in that lesson, you can be grateful to yourself rather than feeling guilty, because you have, without realizing it maybe, you have allowed your intuition to guide you on this path, on this journey. So I'm going to get a final word on this then now. So what is Wyrd? What's the final word on this reading today? Okay, we are in death and rebirth. There is still fear and doubt around you. There's still an element of uncertainty as to the way forward. But death and rebirth is asking you to understand this is your transformation right now. Your higher self and your intuition is guiding you into a place of transformation. If you ignore that, you can only really expect more of the same. You haven't learned the lesson, so it's going to keep repeating, cycle repeat. Whereas you, I feel, have come through this initiation and you have ended one chapter and you are now ready to begin the next chapter. So this is very exciting. You're on it. You're on it. Just remember, the journey is the destination. I would love to know what situations this is representing for you, and if you would like a further reading, then do get in touch and we can do a personalised reading to get more in depth with the information and work out, you know, if you are stuck at the moment as to what to do, or you're struggling with following your intuition or understanding what your intuition is, then I can help you to work through that. Have a blessed day.